please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Sanjiv Bhasin of IIFL joins in now. Sanjiv, hi, good morning. I wanted your thoughts on how to approach Shriram Transport because, the holding company SVL has now been admitted to the bankruptcy process and, there's a possibility of the corporate guarantees getting invoked, more provisions for Shriram Transport, the group company, etc. You think there's going to be another casualty, in these stocks or has most of that news already played out?
Yeah, so I think it's a second time coming. The first time that news played out, you got the stock at 1,000 rupees because of the fear element, even though the company denied that they are collateralized against that. But, in a sentiment where the ILNFS problem is damaging a lot of corporate bond holdings, there could be a knee-jerk reaction. Like I said, the opportunity comes when fear is there around 1,000 rupees. And at this price, for us, it's an avoid. There are enough other stocks and sectors where we can get more bargains rather than chase something which has got a little bit of a negative overhang.
Okay. Sanjiv, hi, good morning. The other stock that will be in focus today is Sun Pharma. You reckon it can go up to its 52-week highs once again?
Surely so, Anuj, we've been contrarian from almost a year and saying from the rooftop that pharma, the worst is priced in and you'll get the pullbacks. Now I think pharma is going to be the star sector from 2019 and Sun definitely is headed towards 750. That's what our year-end target is. Sun, Lupin, Dr. Reddy, Aurobindo, Biocon, that whole basket is looking extremely good. And I would still recommend any investor that look at some of the good, well-managed mutual fund which in pharma, that's particularly Reliance and SBI. I think they can still give you a very good SIP opportunity given that we think pharma is going to be an outperformer in 2019.
From the large cap, Sanjeev, Bajaj Finance is a stock that has lost the most ground this month. I mean, it's down 10% for the month. You think it's a good time to be buying it at 2,600 or you think you could get better levels over the next few months?
So, Sonia, let me give you my outlook on the market. At 11,600, we were very, very sure that there is a 500-point correction coming. And lo and behold, we've had that. So, I think 150 to 200 may be the worst. And we think that this is an opportunity to buy. We think the most of the damage may be done. Next week onwards, we are relatively bullish on the market on stocks. And we think the US is definitely going to lead from the front. We think globally indexes are due for a huge bounce back and in that criteria India will also be part of that. So coming to your sectoral performance, we again think that Bajaj Finance is a must in a portfolio and this 15%, 12% correction would be an opportunity. So try and make a sip of it because the volatility can be there for the next few weeks. But if you do start to nibble into it, I think you could be happily making money by the end of the year.
Okay. That's Bajaj Finance, of course, has also corrected a bit in trade. Sanjiv, thoughts on Titan? That's the one which has been really interesting. It's been in a bit of a range and off late there's an indication of the range breakdown. Your thoughts on the stock at 820?
Yeah, good point, Anuj. So I'd also like to clarify my view on gold. Gold has been the worst performing asset despite volatility and fear being the highest with the rupee hitting close to 73 and bond yields at 8.12 and gold refuses to budge. So our long-term outlook is gold is no longer going to be a proxy to defensive. It's either the dollar or the emerging markets and we'd rather play the emerging market basket. And as a casualty to gold, I think Titan is going to be in a lower band despite the hoopla of coming season and a lot of variables. We still think that Titan may be headed lower rather than higher for the remainder of the year.
What would you do with something like a Yes Bank? There's some talk that we'll get to know more about the eventuality of Rana Kapoor's term over the next few days. So the final call may come through. Ahead of that, how are you positioned? I mean, this month, Yes Bank has already lost about 10% odd. At 300 rupees, how does it look?
So, Sonia, I think it's not just Rana Kapoor's succession program. It seems that there may be more on the plate than the company may have disclosed. And that's to do with the divergence which RBI has been constantly pointing out. We'd rather play the corporate facing banks, an Axis, an SBI, ICICI, Bank of Baroda. We have a whole host of stocks there. RBL, IDFC Bank. We don't want to put too much money on, yes, we think it's overowned. Yes, there can be a pullback rally of 10-12%, but that's nothing to do with the succession plan. I think there is more to the eye than meets on the face of it.
Okay, Sanjiv, stay on. We have a couple of more questions for you. For now, Yogesh Mehta of Motilal Oswal Securities is with us. Yogesh, good morning. What are your top trading ideas? Yogesh, good morning. Can you hear me? Okay, I think there's a bit of an issue, so we'll repatch that line. Till then, let's take some more thoughts from Sanjiv. Sanjiv, is Mahindra and Mahindra showing signs of peaking out? You just see the last few days, and after the tractor sales, this stock has seen quite a bit of cool off. In fact, the correction has been rather swift.
Correct, but Anuj, let's take it with a pinch of salt. This stock from 1200 rupee come bonus is now close to 2000 rupees. So there has been a very sweet run up on the back of tractor sales, on the back of good monsoon. And I think the game changer can be the new launch, which is going to be, eating into the market share of a lot of the other players in the SUV cycle. Let's see how that plays out. But if you are going to play rural India, rising incomes, better rainfall, better disposables, MSP, then Mahindra becomes a very good proxy to that. Like I said, the stock is up sharply from the lows and there will be a routine profit booking. But if you can ignore a quarter or so of weak sales on SUV, the new game changer will be the new launch which is just taken place.